Hey, welcome back to Hillbilly Adventures. Today we're going to do part 2 of the vintage Tamiya Buggies video. So, as you know, if you watched the previous episode on the Buggies, me and a buddy of mine did some wheeling and dealing, and I ended up with a couple of vintage Tamiya Buggies. And I had received a Tamiya Grasshopper and a Tamiya Frog, which I had originally had and did a deal with him and got it back. So I also at the time thought that I had another Grasshopper here, and come to find out it was actually not a Grasshopper but a Hornet. And after doing a little bit of research, I found out what the difference is, which isn't a whole lot. It's an easy mistake to make. Basically, it's the suspension, more or less, is a little bit better on the Hornet. So I basically took parts off of the Grasshopper and moved them over to the Hornet, and took parts from the Hornet and moved them over to the Grasshopper, and I have got something to show you guys. Now, two of them are already running. One of them I'm still waiting on a couple of things to get it going, but we'll go ahead and give you a look at what we got so far and see what you think.
There we go. Here is the Tamiya Grasshopper. And I think it turned out pretty cool. Look there, brand new tires. And then here is actually the Hornet that I thought was a Grasshopper until I got educated. And look here, we got the better suspension. Remember that side over there, it locked up before. Look at there, now it works. Yeah. Of course, we got our little angry face. So this is not an original body. This is a Funko body that I got a long time ago when I thought that it was a Grasshopper and couldn't find a body for it at the time. It also has new tires and wheels. And this is our Frog. This is what became of the Frog. I think it turned out pretty good. They even got the dual antennas and all that stuff. I think you'll like the driver I chose. You can see him in there. He's a little creepy. I did not go with new wheels. It still has the original wheels and tires. Not really going to worry about that at the moment, and we'll just see how it goes. But here's where we're at. Now let me show you what's underneath the hood. So what I learned about the differences between a Hornet and the Grasshopper comes down to more or less suspension. Now the Hornet has body posts up here on top of the suspension mounts, and it also has a piece down here that kind of wraps around the axle and comes out for the bottom of your shock to mount a little further out, which gives you a lot better spacing between the motor. And also, another thing I learned was right here, it has springs inside of there, allowing the rear end to also float that way. So that's basically the fundamental differences, other than, body and whatnot, of that and a Grasshopper. Now, we go over to our Grasshopper, and we have our suspension. It comes straight down. Now, I did get on the 3D printer, and I did modify it, and I put some shock hangers here, similar, actually exactly the same as right here. I put them here on the Grasshopper. And I did that on purpose to give me a little bit of space between the motor, because these shocks are not the original, but I like them because they're adjustable. But I needed that space because they were rubbing. And it was also rubbing on the side of the gear casing here. And this actually solved that issue. It is still tight right there, but it doesn't rub. And, you know, it moves up and down. Now, notice this. See right here? It doesn't float right there. It is stationary right here where the gearbox attaches. So the gearbox can only go up and down. Yeah, but yeah, it doesn't have the spring in there. So there's your big differences that I learned. And I did 3D print all this, all the body and the driver here, all that is 3D printed. But it turned out really good, I think. So there we have it. The holy grail of Tamiya buggies. With the exception of the Hornet not being all original, the rest of them pretty much are. And, man, I can't wait to run them. I think they turned out really cool. This one here, down the line, if this body gets really messed up, I may look to restoring it to a Hornet body. But for now, I dig this body. I'm just going to leave it as is. You know, this thing's got a lot of other, you know, hop-ups on it anyway. So it's far from being original, so I'm not really worried about it.
Hey, guys. Did it do okay? I mean... you know, it just shows, you know, with a little bit of elbow grease and a little bit of creativity, you can take an old vintage RC that looks like it should have been thrown in the trash and make it look like new. And, you know, I'm going to add this to a list of videos I'm going to be doing this summer on running these vintage RCs. And you can check it out and see them actually perform and see what you think. Until next time, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. I appreciate you guys for hanging in there and checking out the old Hillbilly as he's, you know, playing with RC cars. Y'all take it easy out there. We'll catch you next time. And P.S. before you leave, make sure that you support these guys right here. They're great folks. And if you can, please by all means go to their website and contribute and help these guys out. They're doing amazing things for our veterans. So please donate, help them. If you see them out there, shake their hands and tell them you appreciate them. Tell them the Hillbilly sent you.
Don't forget to like and subscribe if you know what's good for you.